Hi, it's Katie and welcome to my corner of the world. All right, it is time to shop my stash for October. Oh my God, how is it October? September flew by. Hey, but before we get to my October shop, let's talk about what I used and did not use in September. I used all of the eyeshadow palettes. My palette of the month was the Pat McGrath. This is the Midnight Voyage. It is a small little 6-pan guy. I did use this a couple of times. I didn't find myself reaching for it a lot, but I did use it. I especially used these top three and a little bit of these two. I don't know if I actually used this one at all. I may have early on. And yeah, because that's a gorgeous color. I don't know why I wouldn't have used it. But I think I pretty much hit almost every pan in here. So this one is definitely staying around, will definitely stay in my collection for now. I will say, I think all of them are going to stay for now. But there's definitely a few that are going to be on the chopping block next year or at the end of the year. The first one is this Il Maquillage. Now this is like a $70 palette. This came in the IPSY icon box. I don't want to blind you. It looks like it would be a beautiful palette. It lays down like it would be a beautiful palette. Everything is nice and soft. Got really nice pigmentation. I mean, look at that. That color is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Let's put this one in here. The problem I have with this one is that it doesn't stay. I get creasing and I have very hooded eyes, and even with eye primer, I find after a couple hours that it is creasing, everything's kind of bunched up in there, and it just doesn't look nice anymore. So I don't want to get rid of it yet. I want to give it another try, maybe with a different eye primer. Although I've been using my favorite eye primer, but you know, maybe it takes a different one. And because it is a beautiful palette, and these are like my colors, or so, I do want to give it another shot, but it's going to go away for a little bit. The CoverGirl Clean Color. This is fantastic. This is like, I don't know, like $5 palette or something like that. $5-6 palette. This came in a Walmart beauty box, I think. It is beautiful. I found myself reaching for this more than I found myself reaching for other ones. It was just a great, every day. I especially grabbed at this on work days, like days I had to actually go into the office, as this light dusty pink would be set my eye. And I would do the outer corner here, and then depending on how I was feeling one of these two, I will say I gravitated to this one, which is that, more so than I gravitated to this one. But oh, that's really pretty. I don't know why I wasn't gravitating towards that. And of course, this I could use as both an outer corner and as a lower line for my eyes. So I thought this was great. I love the formula. I won't say it lasted all day, but it was better than the $70 one as far as staying power. So, I really enjoyed this. I wouldn't mind trying another of these CoverGirl Clean ones. And these are going to rival the e.l.f. bite-size ones, I think. So obviously this is sticking around. And this, of course, is sticking around. I told you last time, this is my one of my favorite palettes. The staying ability on this one is beautiful. This is the one I reached for day after day after day. I'm getting to the point where I'm like, oh, they have this on clearance, and I keep trying to talk myself out of buying another one at ColourPop, because is this Enchanted, what is it? This one, Enchanted Keys, I have a pretty big dip in. Like, I'm going to be hitting pan on that one pretty soon. Invisibility Cloak is like one of my favorite shades just overall. It just gives this beautiful sparkle on top of anything. So like you put it on top of Enchanted Keys, and it just gives a beautiful, beautiful sparkle. Oh, I love it. I did not use every color in here or every pan in here, but I used a whole lot of them. I did one day, my son's and baseball team is, their school colors are blue and green, so I tried going in with like Slytherin and Ravenclaw down here. I don't have the talent. I'm sure other people do, but I was making a big old mess. I also used Patronus, which I thought was really pretty on there, but it was all my fault. Luminous I used a lot as inner corner, along with Gillyweed. I think Gillyweed I used when I was doing that green because it has that a little bit of a shift to a green. And so, but I did use it a lot. Great Hall is another one of my favorite, as is Marauder's Map. But yeah, this is going nowhere. Like I said, I'm trying to talk myself out of buying another one just so I have essentially these two shades. So, okay. Same as last month, I've been using the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I am almost out. It's been laying down. I'm actually down to like about there. Like this, I thought this was going to be gone this past month, but I guess I just didn't wear makeup a lot. I really like this. I do have a backup of it, so I would definitely repurchase this once I get low on my other one, and I've been using it with my Dior Forever. Again, this is getting kind of low, kind of right there where it's breaking. That's about where I am on this, so I don't know if this is going to last me out the year, but I've been trying all different foundations this year, and I keep coming back and grabbing this one over and over and over again. So really, you know, affordable primer, not so affordable foundation, but for me, like, it lasted me almost a year. Granted, I did try other ones in there, but most of the time I was grabbing for this. I've been talking about these mascaras for the last couple of months. I really, really like them. The Max Stack is great. That was kind of my favorite, kind of higher end. It's getting a little dried out in there. Plus, I've been using it for about 4 months now. So it's probably about time for this to go. I do have a backup of this, thank goodness, because this is fantastic. As is this Lancome Idol, or Idol. Oh, this one is also fantastic. That one's definitely starting to get dried out there. This one I might actually even like a little bit more than the Max Stack, but this is phenomenal. I do have a backup of this that I'm going to be getting. And I'll talk about that. I have a Sephora mascara thing that I'm going to show you guys pretty soon. And so they will probably both be decluttered by the end of October. So I'm going to have to bring in some new mascaras. Let's stick with eyes. This is the Mally Eye Color Shadow Stick. I tried this one day. This is what it looks like. So really doesn't give off much. It's right there. You're really not getting much from it. And maybe it was my mistake, I put this on over top of a primer. I should maybe try it without a primer, although like I said, it's not really giving. It gives me a little bit of shine, but that's about it. it was a mess. I might try it without primer, but I don't even know if it's worth it. I think I might just throw this one, get rid of this one and declutter it, because as you're really not getting any color payoff there, or just a little bit of shine, and it was messy. I can't imagine it would do much better without the primer, because like I said, I have very hooded eyes and I have oily lids, so I think this one needs to get decluttered, guys. And then I haven't been using eyeliner for a long time, but there was at least like 2 days where I used this YC collection and one. I think, again, this may have gone with the look I was doing for my son's game. This thought it had like a little flip, like a green-brown flip, but maybe not. But I did use this at least, so maybe it wasn't that day. But I did use this, and it's very nice. It will be staying with me. All right. Let's talk about stuff I did use first, and then we'll talk about the things I did not. I did use the Purelisse BB Cheek Color. In fact, I'm almost out of it. I do have a backup of it, I think. Let me put it here. It is getting a little thick. Like, this one kind of is getting to the point where it kind of needs to go. But I reached for this one like all month long. So just a really pretty light wash of color. It's a little, my arm is a little darker than my face, so it's harder to see on here, but this is really pretty. I used this as a lot over this past month. I'm going to keep it actually out most of the time. I will put stuff back and try to start using something else. Let me see if I can get, oh, actually there's a little bit more. I just had it mushed out. So maybe I will put it back. I was thinking I only had it like down there, and I was like, I'm just going to use it up. So maybe I will throw this back in the stash for a little bit, but I definitely, I have this color, which is cool mauve, and then I have another more pink color that both of them I really, really like. The other blush that I used a lot was the Tarte Glisten. This is the Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush. This was really pretty. This kind of ended up being kind of my more pink one for the month. I have to build it up here a little bit. So both of them had kind of a pink peach glow to them. This almost dupes, and I hate to say dupe because it's probably about the same amount, the Charlotte, or not the Charlotte Tilbury, the NARS Orgasm. So beautiful blush staying with me. Now, the blush I did not use was my Juvia's, and this is the Juvia's Blushed Rogue Volume 4. I have used this in the past and really, really liked it. I think I just wasn't, my palettes didn't call for kind of a pink, cooler toned look. So I just wasn't reaching for it. I think over the summer I would probably reach for this more. So I'm going to keep it and kind of decide more towards the end of the year what I'm going to do with this, because I have really enjoyed this, as I just didn't find myself reaching for it. Okay, the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, that's kind of my holy grail eye primer. That's what I've been using. You only need the tiniest of drops to do both eyes. This is actually a sample size. I pick it up whenever I see it in the Sephora sales for like, 2 for $5 or $3.50 on its own. Great stuff. Highly recommend. This is that Ulta Beauty matte liquid lipstick that it doesn't even give me a shade that I know of. that I was about to declutter and saved from the depths and put it in a panning project, and I reach for this one all the time now. I rarely pull for another lipstick right now. Now, I did say I did want to use this up as part of that panning project, but it is just, it's a really pretty fall color that I did, and it has really good staying power. Like, even after eating, there's still a good amount of color. Like, I don't find myself having to reapply it throughout the day, which is good because I'm not very good about reapplying lipsticks throughout the day. But I really am enjoying this. So glad I saved this. Okay. And then I did use my NYX. This is the one I've been using for the last couple of months, my finishing powder. It is really nice. It's a finishing powder. I'm going to be using it for a while. I still have a good amount to go in there. And on finishing powder, I really don't tend to start a new one until I've used the last one up. So just wanted to comment on that. I pulled 2 highlighters last month. I pulled the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand, and very pretty. It just gives a very subtle glow. Didn't pull for it once. Both of these sat on my makeup area the entire month. Neither of them did I pull for. This is the Touch and Soul one. I think part of it is that with the Tarte one in particular, that already has as a little bit of like a highlight to it. It has like some gold shimmer in there. So I didn't really need a highlight with this one. And with this one, honestly, when I pull for my cream ones, now not all the time, but a lot of the time when I'm pulling for my cream ones, it's because I am in a rush and I am just slapping that on and rubbing it in as I'm like rushing to the next thing. So I just didn't usually even use a highlight with this. I probably should have. It probably, like, these two probably would have looked beautiful together. I'm definitely keeping them both around. In fact, I'm probably, let's see, I'm going to keep this one in and for this coming month to continue to try it out. This I'm going to put back in my stash. And the Pat McGrath, I just didn't use a bronzer all month. I don't know why I don't usually pull for bronzers. I really want to try this one because it is more of a cool tone. So I think it's going to be better for me than a lot of other ones. Even there, it's still pulling a little orange though. That's my problem with bronzers, is they just pull so warm and orange on my skin, and that I have a really hard time with them. And when I was doing my makeup this month, it was either to film or it was to go to work, and neither time did I want to have to fuss if the bronzer didn't work. So I'm gonna actually have to take some time this coming month. I don't think I pulled another bronzer. I think I'm going to stay with this one and really try to use these two things in October. All right, speaking of October, let's get into my October stuff. My October kind of turn and burn bag, it also has my palette of the month. Like I have said before, I kind of don't even remember what my palette of the months are at this point because I pick them in early January. Like the first couple months I can probably tell you what the palette is. Beyond that, I don't remember. And then I have a couple of other like sample size stuff that I want to try out. So let's see what I have for this month. So the palette is from Viseart. This is the Petite Pro Un. So let's take a look at this one. Have I even used this one? I don't think this is the one that has the missing thing. No, it's not. Definitely pretty for fall. So I think it was a good choice to put this one in fall. Ooh, that's pretty. Just a really nice shade to either do in the inner corner or to just set the eye. Ooh, that's kind of a grungy green. I have green brown there. Ooh, that's pretty. I love that. That like burgundy brown, and then this looks like it's going to be a deep brown. Yeah. Yeah, so, oh, either, in fact, any of those really could be a liner shade for me. Okay, let's do the bottom, the shimmer shades. Oh, there's that one. Oh, that one is super soft. Oh my gosh, look at that one even just on my finger. Oh, wow. These are so soft. Other than this one, the first one wasn't like super soft. The other ones are all super soft. Let's do these here. So that's that first one. So that's kind of like a topper or an inner corner. Look at that gold. Oh my goodness. Ooh, and like a copper. And then this one looks like it's going to be like purple almost. Those are gorgeous, especially for fall. I'm excited to try this one out. I don't, like I said, I'm like 90% sure I have never used this. Yeah, like the thing is still on the mirror here, so I'm really excited to try this one. I can't believe I haven't used this one, but I'm pretty darn sure I haven't. Okay, other things. Apparently I'm having an Elemis month. I have the Glow Priming Moisturizer and the Black Currant Jelly Exfoliator. So like a cleanser and a moisturizer. This is, what are you? You are from Kiehl's. You are the Midnight Recovery Concentrate. So it's a nighttime serum. Okay. All right. You could use a nighttime serum. And this will be great too. I have some travel in this month, in October and November. So these things will definitely get some use. Then from Gloss Moderne, I've been trying different perfumes, and apparently Gloss Moderne is this month. This is the Universal. Oh, it's a rollerball. Okay, let's see. What does it smell like? Oh, it's light. I like that. Does it tell me on here the notes? Fragrance with clean luxury perfume oils. No, it doesn't tell me. I'm like, what is in you though? I wish it told me the notes. I don't have anything that tells me the notes on here. It's a very subtle, a very clean smell. I don't pick up notes or don't know the notes like in clean ones as well as I know like the dark woodsy notes. But that smells really nice. Excited to try that. And then in the hair mask from Facery, we have the Balance Scalp and Hair Mask. So that'll be good to try out. Again, good to throw in my travel bag for this coming month. This one is nice because it actually has as a, I want to say Ziploc, but I'm not sure that's the right term, but it has like a little seal. So it'll have a couple of uses in it. So, all right, good to go. Let's see what I picked out to go with this. We'll start with palettes and eyeshadows. So I only have, this is the Hocus Pocus collection. This was the second one, I believe, with Witchy House and Trouble Brewing thing. And when I say the second, not at Hocus Pocus 2. ColourPop did 3 years where they did Hocus Pocus. This was the second year. And they came out with a trio of Super Shocks. So this is one of them. The other one I think I have in a panning project, and the third I think I may be decluttered. This one is To Be Young and Beautiful Again. And so let's swatch that. That'll be a pretty topper shade. Okay. I am not, I know people love the Super Shocks, and I have gotten a few over the years. Like I got this trio, I got another trio from ColourPop. I have just never been a huge fan. Now I think part of it is I just don't tend to reach for single shadows, which is why I've been putting them in these like Turn and Burn or Shop My Stash products to try and at least get some use out of them. Also, of course, have the Witching Hour. This is the palette from that Hocus Pocus collab. You know, you have to have this during October. Oh, there we go. They do have a mirror, has the Sanderson. It does have a mirror with the Sanderson sisters on it there. These are the colors. Again, super gorgeous colors for fall, especially this one brings in the greens, a little bit more in the yellow and orange, although I tend to kind of stay away from these, so I'm going to really have to kind of push myself to try them. It does have these two beautiful ones where they have the dark one and then they have the shimmer shade to match. That's very similar here. So I'm happy to try. I'm excited to try it. I don't think I've used it since Halloween of last year. I do have the Hocus Pocus 2. That is in another panning project that I am contemplating doing. We will see. It may get pulled back into my regular collection. And it's like the month of palettes Katie has never used. Again, and what else would you use in October but at ColourPop's Disney's Haunted Mansion? And did I mention we're going to Disney this month too? That's my October trip. I got this last year when they released it, but I had already started, I think, with my October palettes. So I never have used this. I've owned this for almost a year. I don't know why I haven't. This is a beautiful color story. This is a color story I love. Like these rosy and neutrals, these cooler tones. This is like all about me. Look at those. Oh, look at that purple there. And that kind of white one. Then we have like different shifty ones. And there, and like a champagne almost over there. So pretty. I'm so glad I pulled this because I have been looking at other palettes and like, oh, I want to buy. This has a lot of the colors that are in those other palettes that I want to buy. So I think this is the perfect time for these to come out and for me to use this palette. Oh, I have been waiting for this one. I can't believe I haven't pulled it before this because I know I've known I had it. I was like, it is an October palette. Yes, you can use it any time of the year. Or I don't know why I save it. And, you know, I have so many palettes at this point that there's no way I can use them all, so I try to concentrate on a few every month, which is kind of why I pick a palette of the month and then I pick a couple of other ones to go with it, so that everything kind of gets a little love. It also allows me to continue to review everything, decide if I still love it as much as I thought I did, and let's see. Blush. Oh, I did grab one other single shadow. I don't know why I grabbed two, but I did. This is IPSY. Hey, this is Yoga Pants. I think I grabbed it because I wasn't sure if I would use that one, and I was like, I want a single shade. See, that's so pretty. Like, that would just be gorgeous, just even on its own. Blush wise, I only grabbed two. Oh, I am going, I grabbed, did I only grab two? I did only grab two because I was thinking I was going to keep that Pure Lace one in. I have the Be a 10. This is Be Lively. I think this was I think I got this beautiful mauve in IPSY. It's very pretty. It was either IPSY or maybe it was an advent calendar. I don't remember. And then I also pulled the Benetint. And now this can be used for cheeks or lips. All you need is a little drop. It looks super bold, but once you start to shear it out, it does give just a really, really pretty flush. So I grabbed that one. So those are my blushes. Like I said, I am going to keep the Halo Glow in as a highlighter, or see if I even use it. And I also grabbed, this is Ilamasqua Beyond Powder in Deity. It's a beautiful highlighter. Look at that. It is stunning. And it gives just this gorgeous highlight to the skin. And just a touch, and that's what I like. So, I have that. And, I did pull in another liquid one. I'm going to put this one back. I did use this one not too many months ago. This Do You one. It is super pretty. It is super pretty, but I did just use it not long ago. And since I didn't use the Halo Glow, I do want to try that. But look how pretty that is. Oh, I didn't pull it down. Last month I pulled a concealer. I pulled one of the Shape Tape ones. What I didn't realize was that it was a color corrector Shape Tape concealer in peach, which the peach ones end up being too dark for me. So I didn't even really use it. So I'm going to pull this one in. This is from Kokie Cosmetics, Be Bright. They have one of my favorite foundations too. But I think that's going to work much better for me. I grabbed two more mascaras because, like I said, I know those are going to be going out. This is from W7. This came in an advent calendar. And this is Eyelust. That is a big bristly brush, but it's super separate. So I don't know how it's going to be. I'm going to give it a try. We'll see how it is. And then I also grabbed from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think this came in an icon box. This is her lash sculpt. It's so pretty. The packaging's so pretty. Yeah, so again, just another straight wand. And the bristles are a little bit more tightly packed in this one. So we'll give this one a try too. Last thing for makeup, I have all kinds of, I hadn't been pulling lipsticks because I have like 40 lipsticks kind of sitting on my makeup counter or in a little holder, but there are a couple of them that don't fit in that holder, and this Pat McGrath is one of them. So I wanted to pull this and just get some use on it, because since it doesn't sit on that counter, it doesn't get used. Because it kind of gets forgotten about. So I did pull that. Talk about beautiful packaging thing. And, you know, I never keep boxes for lipsticks except for Pat McGrath's because, again, insanely gorgeous packaging. So I did pull this. I am going to try and use this a little bit this month. Couple of skincare. Didn't need much skincare. I have a lot that I'm already using. I only grabbed an LMS cleansing balm because of traveling. I needed a small container of it. So I grabbed one of the travel size ones. And same thing with this First Aid Beauty cleanser. Now I did not know I had this exfoliant, but this is an exfoliator, so I don't think this is one I want to use every day. So I'll have both of these that I can use when I travel. Oh, I have a lot of small, well, I have this small moisturizer even, and I did not have a small night one, although I've just been trying to get through. I have so many moisturizers, been trying to get through all my little sample ones, but I did grab this 111 Skin Nocturnal Eclipse. This is just a half an ounce one, again, really good for travel. And I did grab a hand cream from Dionysus. I just thought it looked super fall with all the pumpkins on there. And I am just about out of the one I have been using. So I thought this one would be, it's caramel pumpkin spice. Let's see, is it open? Oh, it is. Let's see. Oh, that's a lot. Let's see how it smells, because it sounds like it's going to smell amazing. Ooh, it does. That smells amazing. And of course, it's Diana, so it's like super creamy and hydrating on the hands. So yeah, that is my Shop My Stash for October. Those are the items I will be using. Let me know what you think. Have you tried any of these? What are your thoughts on them? Do you have any special Halloween palettes? Somehow I ended up with like 3 or 4 Halloween ones, and Halloween's not even my favorite holiday. Whoop. Cat jumped on the thing that's holding this. Halloween's not even my favorite holiday. Christmas is my favorite holiday, and I have far more Halloween palettes than I have Christmas palettes. That is it. That is all I have for you today. Until I see you next time, have a great day. Bye.